So if you are watching this clip right now, this is not from me. This is a clip from Twitter off of the new Granblue Fantasy versus Chaos mod. I want to have a conversation about this because there have been multiple, it's kind of a drama field around this. And I want to talk about and propose a question. Do we as players kill our own community? Like, share, subscribe if you new. This is going to be camless. It's going to have Strive gameplay as I'm talking. So I want you guys to be open to using the algorithm, leaving comments, and debate me. I want this to be a debatable topic. So yeah, let's get started. Now, I have to propose a question, guys. Do you think we as a community kill our own fighting games? And the reason why I'm asking, the clip that I just showed y'all, there are a lot of people that are upset about that clip. Now, me personally, I think mods are not that bad. I really don't think mods are that big of a deal, because at the end of the day, they're just something real fun to play on the side. They're not going to affect the absolute gameplay of the game. And if anything, it introduces more people that may have been interested in Granblue to actually buy the game, right? However, some of the people in the Granblue Fantasy Versus community don't feel that way. In fact, a lot of the people were pissed off. I'll leave a little clip right here of me just scrolling down, looking at comments. A lot of people are actually kind of pissed off about this mod. Now, I gotta pull up the Granblue Fantasy numbers right now because the game is on life support, but since the mod has came out, there has been a small surge of newer players trying out the game. And that's good for, I feel like that's good for the community. However, with the backlash of the community and me calling FGC Twitter the actual FGC, because a lot of casuals use Twitter to see if they like or dislike something, I feel like this could honestly hurt the community more than it helps them combating this mod. Because when it comes to smaller games, anything that does not match the status quo for them, it's an enemy. It's an enemy. If they don't want it, they feel like because they're already in this niche clique that they don't need anything else in that clique. They feel like the game is perfect the way it is, when in actuality, you're not bringing anyone else into your community. You're actually stopping a lot of people from even wanting to try the game. Now, I'm gonna use a perfect example of a modern game, DNF Duel. Now, I like DNF Duel. It's a fun game. The devs kind of hurt the game, and I have a thing about that. I feel like we have a thing that is 60-40, 60% community, 40% devs. I feel like 40% of the dev product was not delivered. I feel like maybe 15% was delivered, and now they're trying to deliver the rest of it, while its community was trying to push hard while they had enough people. But because the game was the way it was, a lot of people didn't want to entertain it anymore, right? But what ended up happening was, because the people within DNF's community didn't understand that, they took it as, well, you don't understand the game, because there was a lot of false statements put about the game. What some of it was very accurate, just a lot of people in DNF wanted to ignore it, and post-patch proved that, i.e. rolling in DNF was terrible. It sucked. It was no point of really rolling because you couldn't honestly get punished for it for free. Now with the one frame roll, that one defensive option opens up the door defensively for so many characters that did not have that option at first, i.e. Ghostblade. Did not have that option. Now he has a really good option to get out unless the opponent is doing role specific frame traps, which you add on to the diversity of the game. But I digress. I need to go on about the subject of this video. When people start leaving DNF Duel and start making statements about, you know, Striker being able to guard crush you and there's really nothing you can do, or Hitman just basically getting the 30% and doing whatever you want, or Swiftmaster being as fast as he was and covering as much range as he wanted to and being able to do what he do, all which were very valid points. A lot of the community took it to heart, and instead of them just addressing those points and making rebuttals, they attacked other communities like Strive, I've watched plenty of content creators. If you say something about DNF, the first thing they say is, well, go back to Strive where the game is. And what that does is that turns people off from your game, period. I don't want to hear about another game when I'm talking directly about your game, right? If I have a valid point, your job isn't to send me back to another game. Your point is to talk to me about why this point isn't valid. You're supposed to clarify that it's not a big deal, even though it was, even though you in the community yourselves said it was a big deal. But the fact that you guys could not fathom that your game was going downhill due to lack of balancing, y'all took it the wrong way. You know what I'm saying? So that hurt the community because a lot of people get turned off with people trying to argue. You can't force people to play your game. You can't. And the FGC does that a lot. They'll try to force someone to play their game by bashing on another game. You see it a lot in Street Fighter. A lot of people in Street Fighter 4, the Street Fighter 4 old heads will bash Street Fighter 5 for not playing like Street Fighter 4, when in actuality Street Fighter 4 is just a watered down version of Third Strike. You know what I'm saying? So we see it a lot, and that's the gatekeeping. But when you have smaller communities, you got Granblue that does it too. Again, the mod does necessarily make the game more anime, but we can't act like the game wasn't already moving in an anime approach. It was already going in that direction. As far as I remember, the patch after Evo added what? OD? I'm sorry, it was before Evo. It added OD, it added Roman cancel, it added basically V-shift. So the original vision, because the big thing that I got annoyed about is people saying unique developer's vision. The developer has switched vision so many times in Granblue that the biggest complaint that even the community had during early Granblue is that they kept either nerfing characters, changing mechanics, to the point there was never really a meta to sit in and learn, because every time a meta was getting learned and discovered, something got changed in the game. And that's okay. That's okay to establish that. But then you can't turn around because somebody made a mod just for fun, and just so happen people outside of Granblue likes the mod. You can't then turn around and say, I hate all mods when they, no you don't, because there's been plenty of mods that have came out for multiple games and y'all stay silent. Y'all only hate it when it happens to you. And say that. It's okay to say that. But then don't get mad when people do not want to interact with your community. And it's not everybody in the Granblue community, because the people that are truly in the Granblue community don't care about this. They're prepping for tournaments. They're getting ready for the next Evo. They're getting ready for the next major. They are playing the original every Thursday around, I believe, 5 p.m. It's like 5 or 6 p.m. Tuesdays and Thursdays on PC. Those are what people that are actually in the community are doing, that actually care to get new people into the community. They're making content. They're doing all these things to make their game thrive. The problem that I have with smaller communities like Melty Blood, like DNF Duel, like Granblue Fantasy Versus, that they're out here trying to do, there are people that are truly in the community trying to make it work, and the people that are holding them down the most are the most inactive in their own community. It's those people, but they have the most to say. So now you're turning us off, the people that may want to get back interested into the community. You're turning us off because we feel like if we touch this mod, we gonna get gate kept by the community. That's how people feel. You have to realize that we have power in the FGC. Even if you're not a content creator, you have power. Your voice means something. It means something. Any little thing you say affects that game. When DNF came out, I understand why DNF players are mad, because when DNF came out, there were Strive players that said the game and shit is Kosoge. And guess how many people left the moment that got said? And guess how many casuals who do not even know what Kosoge is listen to that, and then they made the opinion without even touching the game. You know how many comments I read of people who did not touch DNF, that they heard that comment and said, I didn't even buy the game, but it looks terrible. You just now destroyed a community because you couldn't keep your comments to yourself, or you giving misinformation when you barely tried the game for a week. That is a big thing in the FGC. Think it ain't gonna happen when Street Fighter 6 come out. Think it's not. Think it's not gonna happen when the next Strive character drops. Think it's not. Just think it's not. Think it's not gonna happen when the next DNF character comes out, or if Granblue get an update. Think it's not gonna happen when people go and play the update and then they hit you with this. Still don't got rollback netcode. I'm not trying it. Think that's not gonna affect the community. Those things kill communities. It's a two-way street. It's really a two-way street. You have the inside where you have snakes in the inside that they are at the door and they're looking at the door and they're guarding your door. And you got a casual, he open the door, he see a snake. And y'all know where I'm going with this if you know the analogy. Granblue opens the door, I see a snake, I slam the door shut. Somebody really cool in the community comes and look at me, is like, no, we understand you play the mod, but these snakes aren't gonna attack you because you play the mod. You can come in. Okay, just because one of them snakes might not attack me, or those 3 snakes might not attack me, when I walk in there, there's still some hidden snakes hiding to say something to me for playing this. Why would I walk into that room of snakes? Even if there's gold past some snakes, why would I walk into that? Same with DNF Duel. Yeah, why would I walk into a community that might shun me because I'm like, I like this game, but I like Strive a little bit more. Well, why do you like Strive? It's because it's easier, isn't it? It's because mechanically, and you would rather play this game with this character. I don't care. I just want to play the game. But hopefully I got my points off. I know I went on a little bit of a tangent, but I gotta say these things because I do think we as the FGC kill our own games, especially smaller communities. When opportunities come, take them opportunities. Do not run from them opportunities because you personally do not like something. It is okay to say, I personally don't like this mod, but I hope people enjoy the mod. It is okay to say that. Not you say, I'm gonna be a hater. No, nobody real wants to hear that. Nobody real wants to hear that. We don't care that you're a hater. I care that the game works. That's it. But I hope you guys enjoy the content. I will be streaming tonight. Other than that, later.